So there's no question that I've built a lot of PCs over the past couple of years, and one company that always is really a go-to for me is NZXT. One reason being that every day of the week I can go to Best Buy and they're gonna have a case available. So I've grown fond of using their cases whenever I build my computers, even if it's gathering parts, used parts, or new, and I just need that last piece and it's just a good looking case to put it in. I always fall back on NZXT cases, whether it was the older NZXT H510 or these newer cases being the H7 Flow that I'm gonna build in today. And I'm gonna actually look at this case and review and kind of convince you as to why this is a good purchase versus a lot of other cases that are on the market today. NZXT's new line of PC cases are incredible looking. They do still have that boxy square look, which some people may find kind of boring and bland, but I will say that their ability to build a case that you can remove certain components and really just have the space to install all the cable management, everything that they've done with these cases, I've just been a huge fan of. What I'm gonna go over is the pros and cons to this H7 Flow, why I'm fond of it, the things that I would like to change, and to be honest, I kind of have a message to NZXT that I think would be a really cool option to offer your customers, but I'll get to that here in just a little bit. So let's go ahead and go over our parts list for everything that we're gonna be putting into this PC that's gonna last me hopefully the next 3 or 4 years. So let's go ahead and jump into that. All right, so as you can see, I tried my best to not spare any expense when building this to hopefully future-proof this for at least a few years. Now, I will say that I am running a 13th gen. It's gonna be an i9 13900K. And the reason being is I've been collecting these parts for about 6 months. I got a heck of a deal on the graphics card, but whenever I bought the 13900K, about a month later, the 14900K was released. I wasn't gonna go through the process of returning it, so I figured I would just go ahead and use the 13900K. So, real quick, I just had to make one correction. This is the actual motherboard I used in this build, not the Gigabyte motherboard that I showed. Got the boxes mixed around. This is the MSI Z790 motherboard that I actually used. So, back to the video. Like I mentioned, the graphics card, I got a heck of a deal on this. It's a Gigabyte Aero 4090, and I got it actually as an open box deal through Best Buy for $1,399. So I could not pass that up, and that's kind of what sparked me to go ahead and build a new computer. Along with that, we do have, like I mentioned, the NZXT H7 Flow case. We're going to be putting 4 140mm F140 RGB Duo NZXT fans. We do have the NZXT vertical GPU mount. We're going to be running an EK Nucleus AIO that's going to be a 360mm cooler for this 13900K. To power everything, we have the Corsair RM1000X. It's going to be an 80 plus gold. We've got 64 gigs of DDR5 Corsair RAM. To store everything, we've got this Crucial P3 Plus. This is going to be a 4 terabyte NVMe, and I do plan on going ahead and adding another 4 terabyte because this is going to be my computer that I not only game, but I'm gonna be doing all of my video editing, and just every day I'm gonna be going to school, doing everything on this PC. So I wanna make sure that I've got plenty of storage, and to be honest, I constantly see this case being for $99 at Best Buy. Like I said, every time I go there, it's on the shelf. So that's why I'm another huge fan. I do miss seeing NZXT AIOs at Best Buy, but what can you do? So let's go ahead and tear into this thing. As I'm going through the build, I will mention what I like and don't like about it. So stick with me on that, but let's go ahead and knock this build out. To go ahead and start talking about what I do like about this case, one of my favorite things about this is the ability to take every panel off without any tools. If you've ever built in the NZXT H510, you know that the front and top are all riveted together. There is no way to remove that. The fact that you can remove every panel off of this case to include the top and the front to have access to your mounting for an AIO, your fans, anything along those lines, even the back panel that has access to all your cable management. Everything can be removed to really open this entire case up, so you have an easy way to install the fans, easy way to do any of your wiring and everything, and then once you're done, you just snap everything back together. So that's a huge thing that I absolutely love about this case. Not only does it have the perforated front, but I like the fact that they have these big mesh screens to keep as much dust out as possible. They are removable so you can clean them, but not only that, the top actually has one as well in case you're running fans or an AIO to definitely keep as much dust out as you can and keep your PC running clean and cool. Another really cool thing I like about this is not only is it so open to get access to all of your fans, but they've also added, just like the NZXT H5 the ability to remove this front mount to have access to put your fans in and install them without having to worry about taking a screwdriver on the inside, even though it is open. This is just huge in the form of being able to get to everything. That cable is connected, but this whole front panel comes out and is removable, so you can install your fans, and I will do that here shortly, to install the fans and then just reinsert this bracket right here without having to do everything inside the case. So now that we've got everything assembled and really everything has just come together so nicely, I went ahead and just set the RGB to more of an NZXT theme. So the purple really goes well with this white case, the black interior with the subtle white touches. I love the way that this thing came out. Now, let's go ahead and go back over the pros and cons to this. I will say that the ability to build a PC in this case makes it very helpful that all the panels are removable. The fact that it looks nice and it's a very affordable PC case is very helpful whenever it comes to deciding if you're trying to stay within a budget. $100 for a PC case, I would say, depending on what you're going for, is a very average price. Another case that I forgot to mention earlier that is so very good looking is that H6 that they just come out with in this past year, which I have not built in one of those yet, but I do look to order one soon and kind of go over that case as well. I'm a huge fan of just the way that these PC cases look. Really, it's just such a simplistic design, and like I said, I love the fact that all the panels can come apart. Another positive that I do like is that removable front fan mount, that bracket in there. The fact that the vertical GPU mount fits perfect in this case, which it is by NZXT, so I wouldn't really suspect that it wouldn't fit, but it looks very nice. I love the adjustability, and you don't necessarily need an anti-sag bracket because it does hold that in there. You've got the ability to put two 360 radiators in here. If you decided to put one, you've got plenty of room in the front to add a 360 in the front if you wanted to, or in the top. And the ability to put, from what I've got, is just the four 140 fans, but you could actually put 3 additional up top. If you decided to not run the AIO, you can put either 120s or 140s in the top as well. Now, the only con that I see with this case that I would like to see different is I know that case fans are very cheap, and NZXT still continues to put just 2 case fans inside of one of these. I decided to go with the 140s, but that did run me an extra $150 just to add 4 fans, and I know I could have gone a cheaper route, but if you just run the black fans that normally I pull out, the fact that you could put an additional 2 to have 3 in the front, 1 in the rear, to where it would just allow this thing to breathe so much easier if you're running a high-end build like this. Now, I do know that if you're going to be spending the amount that I've got into this PC, you're probably not going to run stock black fans, but it would be nice to see, like I said, if you were kind of sticking to a budget, to have a little bit better airflow with as many spaces as you could possibly put fans into this case. Now, this is my message to NZXT. This is something I think would be incredibly awesome to add to your cases that you could possibly do now that you can remove every single panel. In an age to where we like to stand out, be different, have custom parts, I think it would be incredible if you were able to take just the panels. If you've got an H7 case, if you've got an H9, if you've got an H5, the fact that you can remove these, it would be awesome if you offered your customers the ability to change the color of the entire build just based on the 3 exterior panels and the inside, the cable hide that you have inside. But if you wanted to run special, maybe a certain run of a certain color, if you had certain things like that, if you could buy just the panels, even if you would just sell the panels by themselves so people could modify them or anything like that, I think it would be such a huge advantage that I have not seen with a lot of other case companies. Now, what I have done is I've actually gone and done that myself because I definitely want my computer to stand out. I definitely love a themed build, so I actually went ahead and bought a second case to paint my panels to go ahead and throw those on there. So I've turned this good looking white and black themed case into this. As you can see, this thing has been completely transformed from that clean looking white build to this ratty looking rusted Mad Max type of PC case. This is something that I'm gonna extend upon whenever I get the time. I'm gonna do a lot of airbrushing and add some more effects to this thing to include torn wires. It'll look like smoke and bullet holes have been shot into this thing. So This is kind of a theme that I wanted to go with, and also I was trying to reach out to Gigabyte to see if they either had another shroud so I could paint the graphics card. It's kind of hard to take something like this and paint it without knowing that if something does go wrong with it, you don't have a backup. So if anybody from Gigabyte or a connection, please let them know I'm trying to do some cool stuff over here. But I would like to say one last word to NZXT. If you do decide to even consider doing something like this, to sell a package with just exterior panels, another thing that I think would be really cool is you're not going to need 2 sets of panels if you order maybe a red or a blue or a green set. So if you decide that you want to mail your old panels into NZXT, that you could possibly offer your customers a rebate on their next purchase or something along those lines to kind of give back for you getting the products back that you've shipped out to them. But like I said, I think it would be awesome if NZXT offered a package to where you could change the color, to just change the whole look of your PC. And like I said, maybe run some special, one time a year, have a special edition NZXT, kind of like they did with the Starfield PC case that they've got. So like I said, NZXT, love the case. If you're looking for one of these, I will put a link in the description below. Let me know if you've got any other questions. I'm not going to do a benchmark. Everybody knows what a 13900K and a 4090 does. So next time you see this, it'll either be on my streams when I'm gaming, or like I said, I may be doing another series on how to make your PC case look like this. Another thing with painting these PC cases, previously with the H510, because they were riveted, I couldn't remove anything, so I had to tape all the exterior holes, the ventilation, the backside, everything had to be completely taped up. So if you want to do a custom PC case like this, it makes it so easy to pull everything apart and paint this stuff. So definitely thank you for watching. I appreciate y'all always being here, coming through with the support. Like, subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming content, and I truly appreciate everything, all the support y'all have given me. So I'll catch you next time. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you later.